Wizard101, can you appear on my screen, please? Come on. You got this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it took a while. I don't know why it always takes so long for Wizard101 to start getting captured again, but it does happen every single time. See, I decided to stream really early in the morning, relatively speaking, but I've actually managed to fix my sleep schedule somewhat. So, now I'm just going to be doing this for a bit. I decided to do Sunken City after all because it is kind of the last part of Wizard City, and it shouldn't be too difficult now that I'm actually thinking about it with what we've got. Might need to throw in some shields here and there. Maybe spirit shields for like the bosses and stuff, but it should be easily enough to solo. It should be easy enough to solo. Yeah, I'm still a little bit tired in spite of everything. So yeah, let's just get right on it.
I just finished my report on the famous grub of Sunken City. Can you please take it to Professor Drake for me?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe coming back after Krokotopia, so that way I'd have stronger gear, but then I remembered I could just buy stronger gear from the bazaar, which is exactly what I did. I also sold all my other stuff and got heart steel in my inventory, so this shouldn't be difficult at all, or at least not too difficult. Yeah. I wanted to do a quick one, just because it has been a while since I've actually streamed, and I'm probably not going to be able to stream any other time this weekend, but thankfully everyone else is out of my house, so I decided that I had the time.
So, you are turning in Marla's report. Well, it is incomplete. If she wants credit, I'll need a Cyclops monocle.
Okay. Forgot we needed to do this extra step. Yeah, all these other side quests, technically, are part of Wizard City too, and so I should probably do them, but they are just introducing the various side things, which I don't think will get any usage out of them, because Monstrology could, like, maybe be cool to have, like, early on in Arc 1 and maybe up into Arc 2. But it's also super expensive, it requires a lot of grinding, and also I'm not going to have any usage for it at all after I get to, Chrysalis Part 2. Because after that point, we're going to be switching over to the Shadow Mage spells entirely. Which, from my perspective, is kind of like cheating. Because if I throw out a Monstrology summon, and it does whatever amount of damage, right? If it's not shadow damage, then in my opinion it doesn't really count. So yeah, the other ones, I mean, I guess I could do like the daily rewards, but I'm kind of too lazy. And what else is there? Fishing, I already got everything good from fishing I need. It's kind of the advantage of just pre-grinding everything out like this. I don't really need any of it, so yeah. I might actually need to equip my Pip Wand, because the 5 accuracy I lose will make a big difference in comparison to being able to Sandstorm immediately, or pretty close to it. Oh, getting a phone call. Yeah, I just got a quick phone call. Nothing important or anything. Just update. Okay, back to my thing. Okay. So that was pretty easy. Thankfully, got it on the very first try. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I don't normally stream on the weekends. Just very hectic. Lots of things to do usually around the house. So don't expect like Saturday streams and Sunday streams often at all, unless it's like later at night.
Ah, the Cyclops monocle for Marla's report. It's too bad some of the information in her report was incorrect. She mentioned grub, which is a myth. I, of all people, know it's a myth. She gets a C. This conversation is over.
So yeah. I've actually been a little bit excited to get back to Wizard101 though, because I kind of took a few days off. One day I was sick, and other days I was like working on things. Side project, you know. But there is a lot to get through here, and also I just really like playing the game, you know. Yeah, it feels good to be able to get back into it, and it feels good to also finish Wizard City, because I was kind of conflicted about having not finished it by skipping Sunken City, so it's good that I finally got around to it.
What? He gave me a C? He thinks it's a myth? I'm pretty sure he's wrong. We must prove Professor Drake wrong. I hear it is dangerous, so you may want to bring some friends along. Meet me inside and we'll get the proof we need.
Sunken City used to actually be pretty difficult, but it should be a lot easier now.
You must enter the Sunken City to find me. Beware, it is a dungeon, much different than the real. Only for with you can.
Yeah, it's just the basic
replay
tutorial.
this area time and time again, gaining additional unique loot. Now, enter if you dare.
I don't remember exactly what this guy drops, but I do think he drops some minor crown stuff, which is the only reason why you'd go back in. And I think you also get XP every second time you complete a dungeon. Is that a skeleton key? Why is there a skeleton key in here? Like, actually, like, what is the skeleton key to? I've never seen that before.
First, we need to find a way to unlock that gate. My magic isn't powerful enough to open it, so we'll have to look around here for something we can use. Wait, look in that tower ahead. I'll bet we'll find a magic item that can help us open that gate. There's got to be something.
Alright. Yeah, this whole part of Sunken City is usually like the hardest part, because it's one of the first times you'll actually encounter guaranteed 4 enemies at once.
Come to steal our book. Sister, let's give this wizard a lesson they won't soon forget.
Oh, it's only 3 enemies. I could have sworn it was 4. I don't know. Yeah, this is why I was saying I should probably equip my pip one, because I should just blade up twice and then hit a sandstorm. Yeah, I should have remembered that before I actually walked in here. That would have helped me a lot. Thankfully I have Heart Steel, so they shouldn't do too much damage. This 20 Universal Resist is pretty good. But they do seem to be doing a pretty decent chunk of damage, actually. I don't know why. Normally I remember when you're doing this, I shouldn't be taking like 100 max for anything. Like that. I don't know, they're just a little bit stronger than I remember. Or maybe 20 Universal Resist is as much as I was hoping. Alright, well I guess we gotta just balance split up again. Thankfully they didn't decide to go for ghouls or anything. Yeah, I've actually been working on a lot of stuff recently. I've been making art. I've also been trying to work on improving the stream by making like notifications, alerts and stuff that will pop up here whenever one happens. I've been trying to make them look a little bit fancier. Unfortunately, it's actually a lot of work usually, especially when you're doing it yourself and you're not very good at art. It's a lot of time investment, but I do think it'll be worth it. My biggest thing is I want to make my model move somehow whenever I talk, but the normal method, which is to use a Discord thing. Unfortunately, with my current PNG, it doesn't work, and that did not kill them. Okay. Oh, this is bad, actually. Like, it just barely didn't kill them. Yeah, it's actually really bad. This might not be doable then. Because the only way to fix that would be to... The only way I could fix that, I think, would be to use monstrous cards. But unfortunately, we can't really get access to them right now, and we can't really afford them either. Yeah, we basically just dragged out our death a little bit longer. Can't actually kill any of them. Okay, we need to come in here with a new strategy, because it's not expecting Sandstorm to do that little. Yeah, never mind, we just gotta flee. Yeah, there's no way for us to win that. Let's see, we need to do a few more things. So we need to throw in some spirit shields, I think. And I guess my only real option would be to rely on this thing, because we don't have access to anything good right now. Unless we do the Ascendant Staff for the pip. And... what else can we do? Yeah, I think we just need some form of card enchantment. We don't have any tufts or anything. Let's see if they have even any treasure cards for sale. Eloise Merryweather has a quest? I don't remember her having one. At least not in Wizard City. She has them a lot later. Let's see. Do they sell tough cards? They don't. Okay. So we need to head over to the bazaar. Sometimes you'll get lucky and find someone here. No. Well, I wasn't prepared to do that little amount of damage. So we're gonna need something. Oh, here we go. Tough cards. Perfect. Tough should be the difference because those add 65 damage to it. Oh, hey, hey. Welcome, Meliapli? I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah. They're left alive with 67 health, so this should hopefully kill them. Yes, welcome. I'm in the process of trying to complete Sunken City relatively quickly, because it's the last piece of Wizard City content before I move on to Krokotopia. Okay. So let's see. Blade, and Sandstorm, and hopefully that kills. Okay. So yeah, hopefully this time it goes much better. Because last time that was just a mess. Okay. So yeah. I think after this one, it should just be the next battle, then we move out, and I think it's just grub. If I remember correctly, Sunken City is a pretty short dungeon. It's just relatively difficult for the level you enter it at. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually done it. At least a few years. Yeah. The drops aren't particularly good if you get all the stuff Grub can drop already, and I don't think he's the source of anything unique. Okay, let's see. Got all that. Pull that up. Oh, cool. Then big treasure cards again. I don't remember last time I did that. All they did was they would enchant the card like normal. But I guess they must have changed it back due to the PvP changes. And we fizzled. That's a disappointment. Okay, let's try this again. And that lack of 5 accuracy really just killed me there. I guess the starter wand was way more important than having that extra pip in the end after all. Okay, come on. Let's see some big numbers here. Come on. Big AoE damage. Okay. 658. That seems pretty low for enchanted, but at least it actually did its job. So, as long as we can beat it, that's all that matters. Okay, cool. We got that. Let's see, what did we just get? Stormcaller rope. It is 4 flat storm damage. Not especially bad, but getting a decent amount of HP at this point is actually pretty important. Especially if you're going to be soloing it all. Yeah, I'm surprised. 28% increased balance damage, 2 balance blades, and an enchant that just barely one-shotted them.
This is the Tome of Decay. The power invested in this book will cause the ropes to rot and the gate's portal to open. Take the Tome of Decay to the gate and the portal will open. After it opens, I'll run up ahead and meet you.
Very nice. So yeah, I actually considered doing a guerrilla art stream at some point earlier when I was drawing, but I couldn't actually quite figure out what to actually stream, because what I'm working on is right now is a piece of fan art for another streamer, and that'd be kind of weird to stream, it seems like. But also, I was already pretty much basically done with it, but I do kind of want to do an art stream as well at some point, because I've been working on it a lot recently and I do feel like I have improved.
Unfortunately, the next gate is also locked. No wonder why people think Grub is a myth. It's hard to make it this far. Search the next tower to find something to open this gate. If not, we're going to have to leave Sunken City empty-handed.
Yeah, I've been working hard on trying to...
Wizard, have you come searching for a way through my gate? Ha, you will not have my scroll. Instead, you will have pain and despair. Prepare.
Okay, this guy is death, so these are going to be useless to us. Let's see. Well, we don't have any life hits yet, so we might as well go for scorpions, I guess. But yeah, been hard at work coming up with. Oh, he doesn't have that much more HP. Let's draw this now. Enchant that in advance. Throw this down. Yeah, I've been coming up hard at work with trying to come up with what I should actually be doing on the weekends, and I think what I'll end up doing is maybe editing down some of my... Oh, cool, nice. Well, we can't quite use that yet, because I'm pretty sure it won't really one-shot any of them, at which point it'll just have wasted time. Yeah. I've been working on coming up with how exactly I should work on scheduling this out, so it's not too long in between episodes, and so I'm thinking, since I don't normally stream on the weekend at all, I might just use that time to cut down some of my streams and upload the full VODs, so I can upload shorter highlight reels, I guess. And then also, just at least have something out on the weekend. Maybe some late at night guerrilla streams on the weekend, or like early streams like this. Any number of things I could do. I've been working on it. The biggest issue is, you know, the more stuff I try to add, the less time I actually have to stream anything. So it's just been a bit of a learning curve figuring out the balancing act of it. But yeah, This is going very well. Like, I'm actually surprised after switching out those enchant cards. This is going great.
Wow, you found a Nox scroll! I'll bet that's what they used to seal the gate. Go and use the scroll on the gate, and I'll meet you up ahead on the other side.
Yeah, sorry by the way. Normally I'd be talking a little bit more about the game and what I'm actually doing inside of it. But this is also kind of just an update stream, I guess, since this is going to be relatively short. This should be either Grub next or Grub now. I can't quite remember. Yeah, I've always found the Grub dungeon kind of interesting, mostly just due to the fact that, you know, back in the days of like when you were like very young, I remember lots of people would grind the Kraken for hours upon hours upon hours upon like days, right? Because that was the most free content. But I do remember a lot of people would also save up crowns for this specifically, because it was a longer dungeon that you could run with your friends, and it was actually kind of interesting to go through it in comparison to the Kraken. So you didn't have to leave Wizard City in order to be able to access it either. Because, you know, if you tried to pay your way through the game with crowns, that would take literal years. I think someone actually calculated it, and it would take like 5 years worth of daily trivia to get through the whole game. Yeah, this was always more of a sort of fun little piece of side content you could do if you didn't want to try to go through all that.
That's got to be Grub's castle just up ahead. Professor Drake said Grub was just a myth. We'll prove him wrong. We need to find a way into the castle. From my previous research, I believe there is a key in Norton's tower, which we passed. Go to the tower, explore around there, and see if you can find the key to the castle. Hopefully, no one will be home.
Okay, yeah, so it is one more tower, and I think this one has 2 floors instead. Where it's gonna have a few of these scarecrows on the first floor, and then I think the next floor is a boss. Yeah, this always seemed like a good investment if you just wanted to hang out with your friends and you didn't, you know, mind running the same stuff over and over again. For basically no reward. Besides like a little bit of gold.
For living, we cannot allow you in here. Master Norton would have us banished into the void if we let you gain entry.
Wait, for real? I thought this used to be, those scarecrow things. Weird. I don't know why I'm so confused, though. It has been a long time since I've actually played this dungeon specifically, and also the actual game. Even though it's only actually been like 2 days. Maybe 3? I don't know, I don't really keep track of the days anymore. Yeah. I've mentioned it before, but I really do like how they updated a lot of these spells to look. Like, it is kind of weird looking at the older Krokotopia stuff in comparison, because you can actually see, like, the pixels on the texture in comparison. But honestly, I kind of wish they wouldn't go so far in terms of, like, graphically updating the game, because it does look very different now. I kind of liked how you would go from basically nothing to better than something. I feel like they're just adding a lot of work on themselves for something that didn't necessarily need to be done. I don't know. Lots of, it seems like misdirected resources going on in the development of this game, and we are... Okay, that's what I was thinking. We're pretty much out of, like, regular sandstorms, so we might as well just dig through one. Because, thankfully, that's why I was so happy that they added the enchants back. Because once the card's enchanted, it just goes straight into your treasure deck. So, I forgot to actually increase the amount I had, so now it's just in there. But yeah. And throw in some more tufts. I should probably have pre-enchanted these hits too while I was at it. Oh, there's 3 floors here. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So we'll just do what we normally do. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't draw the balance blade item card next turn though. My biggest complaint about this game has always been sort of a misdirected resources thing. Because yeah, you know, I do appreciate the work they put into it, and it definitely does look nice. It's just the issue of, you know, there's like 100 other things that could also be fixed at the same time. Like, I uploaded that extremely, like, bizarre pet bug that happened, earlier on. I think in, like, episode 1 or 2 of the streams. And it was just, like, so, like, just, like, out there in terms of, like, what was happening. I tried to send it into them. Unfortunately, I didn't get a response yet. I might try again, because I do kind of feel like it's my responsibility to send it in. But yeah, stuff like that really sort of makes it, like, feel like, why exactly are they going through the effort of updating the spells when they could also be fixing the actual, like, issues of the game itself? There's like hundreds of those. Just tiny little thing in comparison to them adding little things. Man, there's so many floors to this tower. I completely forgot about that. I thought it was just like 2 floors. I thought it was like one difficult fight against the scarecrows, and then it was like the next floor is Norton. Because that's how I remember it. Yeah, there's like hundreds of little things like that throughout the game. Just little tiny, like, things that could be fixed in comparison to these big, gigantic, updates they want to do. Like, I think next is the gear audit. Like, they want to, update all of the gear to be, like, completely different in terms of, like, its scaling and balancing by next year. And it just is very confusing to me. Because it's going to be kind of a similar issue with the spell audit, I think. Where they had, you know, like, months of, like, talking about it, and then they were, like, balancing it for, like, weeks. And then, like, they released it. And, like, they went through all of that effort to balance out spells for, like, every part of the game. And then they ended up having to end up releasing an entirely new type of spell that's PvP only, because they couldn't balance it correctly for both the first time. And so, making a gear audit,
You
I
are
don't know.
here for the key to Grub's keep? What makes you think you are worthy to meet him? He's building an army of undead, and soon we will rule the world. You can't stop us.
Okay, so note to self, this guy is balanced, so I can't really use any of my stuff against him. So yeah, we just have to go straight for the Hydra, I think. Yeah, so we're just gonna blade, shield, and whatever else we need. But yeah. Yeah, it definitely does seem like there's some sort of, like, management issue at King's Isle. In terms of, like, bad managers, but, like, game directors, I guess. Just not really sure where to bring the game in terms of, like, actually, like, implementing a lot of the stuff they talk about. Okay, I guess I kind of have to pass here, because I don't really have anything to do. I didn't draw any of the other cards I need. I shouldn't be so shy about discarding either. That's something I need to remember. Is that discarding is actually going to be a very important part of this playthrough once it gets to the higher level stuff. Oh, getting another phone call. Gonna have to mute for a second, but I'll be right. Must have been an accidental call. Didn't say anything. Okay. So, okay. This is bad. We are probably about to die. Thankfully, I should be able to attack immediately next turn. As long as we don't fizzle, we'll make it through fine. So, yeah. What was I saying? Alright. Something about discarding. Yeah, so discarding in general is like something that you kind of don't want to do usually. Like, but you kind of have to do. Especially as a balance wizard though, reshuffle is such an easy spell to actually use properly. That's kind of important to remember that just to like, you know, actually discard stuff a lot of the time. If you're not getting what you need. I need to keep that in mind for the rest of this. But yeah. Also, just like in general, I was also talking about the exile thing. Because this is something that I feel needs to be mentioned like a lot. Mostly just because it's like, the game itself is very fun, but it's also a lot harder to ignore those sorts of things when they're happening because it affects so much of the game. Like the only like really positive change they did was they made the AoEs at 48 thing. And there's lots of little quality of life improvements they can do like that. But then there's like also so many other changes that have been basically made and then just kind of like dropped, which is the whole reason why I even started this playthrough. You know, shadow spells, they were introduced and then they were just completely dropped. And so I kind of want to just see how well they can actually be used on the road, you know, to show off whether or not they should actually be picked back up by the developers for the game. I suppose there's going to be a lot of reflecting on a lot of the design decisions for Wizard101, generally speaking, of this. Like this dungeon. Why does it even exist? Like actually, like from a game design perspective, I'm not entirely sure what purpose this is meant to fulfill. Unless it was just like a... Because if I'm remembering correctly, it's been out since basically the beginning, if not the very beginning of the game. And it never really served too much of a purpose as far as I can tell. It's just like a extra piece of content.
Now that you have the key to the castle, you can get in and find some proof of Grub's existence. Hopefully, he won't be expecting visitors. Once you find proof of Grub's existence, meet me outside in front of the Death School.
Yeah, I do think this is a good opportunity though. Because Sunken City doesn't need to just exist to like be about Grub. I do think they could do potentially something interesting with the location. Oh, Grub, is he entirely on his own?
So, you have come this far to find me? Too bad you won't be able to tell anyone. You're no match for me and my army of undead.
Wait, is he a solo fight now? The heck? He used to have like 5. He used to have like, not 5, but I don't know why I said it should only be 3. I exaggerate numbers a lot of the time for like no actual reason. I just stopped doing that because that didn't even make sense. There's only 3 extra sigils on the back thing. I don't know what's right with my brain. Yeah. He used to have like 3 of those scarecrow enemies as well, and now he just like doesn't have any. That's very bizarre. That is a very bizarre change. I'm not sure if they changed it to make it easier or if that's just like a glitch, because I've had that happen a few other times where like the minions just like don't spawn in, but I've never had it happen often enough like this. Like normally it's like I would come in, the enemy spawns in late or something. Right, like I came in and then it's like oh yeah, like now the enemy spawns in, now it's walking around, but then it enters the thing, and then like now it's a fight. Yeah, it doesn't have a cheat to summon them either, so I'm not sure if they just nerfed him or what. That'd be kind of sad. The stream hasn't been going on for very long at all, and I kind of just wanted to end it as soon as we finished with Grub, because Grub, it's kind of just like, you know, after that it's just immediately moving on to Krokotopia. I still have some amount of time to stream. I don't know, I guess, yeah, this is it. Then I'll just finish up this quest and I'll end the stream, and I guess I'll just start working hard on improving the alerts and stuff we get. I guess I'll spend the rest of today working on the stream, I guess, in that case. Yeah, no, that's surprising. This took even less time than I was thinking. Only been live for like, what, like 30 minutes? Maybe?
What? Defeated by a child? You may have won this time, but mark my words, I will return. Return to build my army of undead.
Yeah, they could totally bring this guy back and just be like, oh yeah, no, he's back. And that would be a cool way to reintroduce this, because right now this is literally just a very small, tacked-on section of Wizard City. It needs more love. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess that's the Grub quest. The Sunken City. The Grub quest still has like a little bit left. We need to talk to Cyrus again to finish it. And be like, Grub is real. But yeah. Yeah, it took even less time than I was thinking after I did all that preparation with grabbing the enchantment cards and stuff. We'll go back to this thing because the extra pip is helpful, but it's also a little less consistent, I would say, overall, than the 5 extra accuracy and that little heal. But then again, I don't know, also the Ascendant Staff just kind of feels a little bit like cheating. Anyways, yeah. This took way less time than I thought it would. Well, there's a reason why the stream is called a 0.5 stream. It was meant to be short, I just didn't think it would be this short. But yeah, I guess I'll just spend the rest of today after this is over working on improving this, the stream. I might actually make a proper starting soon screen, so that way it looks a little bit nicer whenever I'm, you know, doing that. Yeah, 100%. Next time around the stream is up, this is gonna look better.
You got proof of Grub's existence by defeating him? Boy, you really outdid yourself. I thought you might find a trinket in his castle. I didn't expect you to beat him in combat. Now that we have proof, take Grub's medallion to Professor Drake to prove I was right.
So yeah, this quest is kind of cute though. It's a very short, cute quest where you basically just do it, but I do wish they'd expand upon it a little bit. I also like the Tale of 4 Dungeons quest line. That's another one I'm gonna mention again whenever we're actually doing it.
What is this? Proof that Grub does exist? I can't believe it. Fine. Marla gets an A. Minus.
Yeah, kind of insane we went through all that effort just to prove that he exists. Also, our only real reward from this isn't a thing, despite the fact that we finally remembered to put Heartsteel on ourselves. Which I don't think we're going to end up replacing anytime soon. We'll probably only end up replacing that once we get to around the time of Celestia. But yeah. Let's see. What do you have to say?
I'm glad we got to prove him wrong. I'm so much happier. Thank you so much for your help.
Dagger of Talent, which is just 50 health, and a dead tree. We couldn't even get an alive tree for doing that. Had to be a dead one. What an insulting reward. Well, anyways, this is actually a good opportunity to show this off. So, I've just been buying the potions to keep it, like, short. But the easiest way, like the absolute #1 easiest way to get your potions back is just to do this. Not exactly working for like the first second, but now you can see what I'm talking about. So you need to get 1500 points. Okay, we can just like actually pay attention, like just manually do it, I guess. Let's see. There's one. And we'll do that one, and that's it. That's all you need. So 1500 points per potion, and you get it back for free. And so that's the absolute easiest way to, but the absolute cheapest way to do it, because it actually does get like a little bit expensive later on, especially if you're doing like crafting and stuff. Because, you know, if you do a big bazaar run, or you do a big, whatever thing that just leaves you without much gold, you'll often find yourself in a situation where you actually just have to do it. That was a nice little thing to show off. But yeah, here we are. Finally, on our way from leaving Wizard City for the very first time into Krokotopia. And here we are.
Another wizard? A servant of the one called Malistaire, are you? No? Oh, then perhaps you can help us. Malistaire has been here many times, and each time he comes, he raises more of the oppressive tuts from their slumbers, seeking their knowledge. They must be stopped, or they will enslave the Mander people again. If you would help us, talk to the Sergeant Major in the Oasis.
Oh, that's cool. They even did upgrade or update the early part of Krokotopia. I wasn't expecting them to actually do that. That's neat. Okay, cool.
What ho! Greetings, youngster. You must be one of those wizards from Wizard City. Sergeant Major Sylvester Quimby Talbot III at your service.
Okay, thanks, Trivia. That name is completely just burned into my memory at this point.
Order of the Fang? I think I heard Professor Winthrop mention that name. He and his crew are still excavating when they should be evacuating. You'll find Professor Winthrop inside the pyramid. Perhaps he has some information that can help you. And please, try to keep him safe.
That shot right there is the reason why I actually came to Krokotopia, because while I am going to save actually entering the pyramid for once, I did think it would be kind of cool to end it on this, because we did officially just finish Wizard City. So yeah, we're going to end it for here today. It's a short one, and that's a little bit sad, because I do kind of want to keep going. But I also want to make Krokotopia its own entire dedicated stream, so yeah, we'll finish this and keep going. I'll just keep looking up so it looks a little bit cooler. If this guy wasn't in the way. Yeah, okay, there we go. I think it looks a little bit cooler. Like if you're like, yeah, there we go. When we come back next time, we'll start Krokotopia for real, and that'll be a good time, I think. So yeah, I hope to see you all again next time, and thank you for stopping by.